Hi everyone, thank you for joining Ideal Postcodes. Today we're diving into the battle between Postcode Lookup and Address Finder. I'm Mireille and with me is Doa. We've both been working in address validation for over 5 years. We've got an engaging session planned to discuss the differences between Postcode Lookup and Address Finder, both useful for capturing accurate address information. You'll see these two battle it out on their key features, and we'll finish with a Q&A for frequently asked questions. This brings us to some of the most important benefits. Number 1, improved customer experience. Customer expectations are high, and missed deliveries can hurt trust and loyalty. In fact, 20% of consumers won't order again after a delivery issue. Accurate addresses mean fewer failed deliveries, and address validation helps you capture accurate addresses so you never miss a delivery. The second benefit is saving money. Each year, UK businesses waste £220 million on mail sent to wrong addresses. This isn't just a logistical issue, it's a financial drain. Using verified addresses cuts down on redelivery costs, and your team will get less delivery-related questions. Next is compliance. Regulations like GDPR require up-to-date customer data, but data can quickly become outdated. About 22% of your business database changes every year due to moves or new builds. Address validation helps keep your data accurate, giving you peace of mind and boosting your company's reputation. And the last one is better targeting. Having reliable customer data is important for data-driven marketing. It allows you to segment your audience, analyze campaigns by region, and personalize your messages. For instance, if customers in a certain area prefer eco-friendly products, you can highlight sustainability at their local store, thanks to accurate address data.
It's impressive how much information one tool can provide your business. Now let's dive into the specifics. Postcode Lookup and Address Finder. So Postcode Lookup is straightforward. It has a single input field for entering your postcode. There's a search button, and then a select menu is displayed to verify your address. It's familiar here in the UK, and it's easy for customers to use with just a few keystrokes. So Postcode Lookup also relies on knowing the postcode in advance. While most of us have our own postcode memorized, it can be an issue if someone is buying a gift online and only knows part of the address. So in this case, the customer would need to enter the entire address manually. It can, however, suggest the correct postcode through a pop-up message, which can be really useful. We often see postcode lookup on customer-facing websites and apps that need a simple address form. In this first example, the business uses standard lookup, but they've customized their search button in blue, which looks nice and it also reflects their brand. They've also added an option for users to manually enter their address, which is smart for situations where the user doesn't have the postcode ready. Here's another method where the form requires both the house number and the postcode to find the address. So this is actually one of the most seamless lookup styles I've seen. While it asks for one extra detail compared to the previous example, it quickly provides the full address without needing to scroll. Plus, it works just as well on mobile, which is important because too many steps on a small screen can slow things down and frustrate your customers. Address Finder, also known as autocomplete or autofill, suggests addresses in real time. When you start typing any part of the address, it narrows down the matches and it shows the closest one at the top. It's incredibly fast at fixing common mistakes people might make, like missing letters, extra spaces, or even switching letters, such as spelling Leicester with an IE instead of an EI. It also recognizes abbreviations like AVE for avenue or LN for lane, so it's really convenient and easier to type. When it comes to the integration, setting up Address Finder is simple. It's perfect for e-commerce checkouts, CRMs, and also environments like call centers where mistakes are more common. You can add it to any standard form, and it's compatible with many platforms. So when you're asked for your address, you generally don't start with the postcode. Most people naturally think of their house or flat number first. This is where Address Finder really shines. In this first example, I started searching with the building number and it quickly found the address I was searching for. You can customize it in many ways, like prioritizing results based on geolocation, you can filter by IP address, and you can even add a country selector to improve the experience for international customers. Now, what's really handy and something most people don't realize is that Address Finder can replicate postcode lookup. If a user enters just their postcode, it'll display the same accurate results, so you get the best of both worlds.
Now let the battle begin. We're comparing Postcode Lookup and Address Finder across 6 rounds, scoring each from 1 to 10, with 10 being the top score. The first round is reach. Postcode Lookup is primarily for the UK market, while Address Finder works worldwide. Address Finder comes out top here based on the difference in market size. The second round is user experience. As you'll need to scroll a bit to find your property in the drop-down on Postcode Lookup, the highest score goes to Address Finder, where you can navigate the form with just the keyboard. For the next round, we look at language support. You can only enter numbers and English characters on Postcode Lookup. Address Finder, on the other hand, recognizes multiple languages, synonyms, and native characters, so it gets top marks in this round. Round 4 focuses on error correction. This is an important feature because validation is meant to ensure that there are no mistakes in the data. Postcode Lookup completes addresses based on existing postcodes and suggests alternatives for mistyped characters. Address Finder uses a smart algorithm called fuzzy matching, which corrects any mistakes while you're typing. Top marks for both tools this time. The next round is customization, and both solutions score well. You can style Postcode Lookup to match your designs. Address Finder, however, takes the lead because it allows you to bias and filter results based on address data, offering the best user experience. In the last round, we are looking at accessibility. Both solutions support users who rely on screen readers to complete their addresses easily themselves, but it works better with Postcode Lookup, so this tool gets the higher mark. Now, the winner is, a little drum roll, Address Finder. While Postcode Lookup works great in the UK, Address Finder opens up opportunities worldwide, and it offers a more intuitive user experience that works on any device.
Let's address some of the most common questions we receive from our customers. The first question is, does this work on any form? Absolutely. Address validation can be implemented on address forms across various platforms such as your website, CRM, POS system, landing pages, you name it. However, the way you integrate them might differ. The easiest option is using a drop-in script where you simply copy and paste a pre-made code into your platform. There are also browser extensions to download through Chrome or Firefox that can verify and autofill address forms. If you're looking for more customization, you can opt for the API, which requires more configuration, but it offers you a lot more flexibility. We support integrations for over 30 platforms, so please check out our documentation to find your software. The next question is, what do I do if I have two forms? Great question. There are some scenarios that might need to use more than one form. For instance, on e-commerce sites, it's common to have separate forms for shipping and billing addresses. Often these addresses are the same, so a checkbox can be included to hide the second form or copy the information over. Sometimes the addresses differ, and in this case, you'll have to implement address validation for both forms. Another example is in the transport sector, like a taxi booking service where customers enter both their pickup and drop off address, so it requires validation for both. In multi step forms, you could have users enter their address into a single field initially, and then this input can then be saved and automatically populated into an expanded address form on a new page. This works well with Postcode Lookup, and we offer a pre-built code you can easily copy to your website. The last question, and probably the most important, is what happens if an address fails validation? Addresses are checked against national databases like the Royal Mail Postcode Address File, known as PAF, or Ordnance Survey, which are updated daily or frequently. If an address isn't found, there could be a few reasons. So, one possibility is that the address is new, such as a recently constructed building or one created from divided buildings. Not yet built data is stored separately and is updated on PAF once the property is occupied. These are reported by the occupants themselves or the public, so you may need to wait for the update. Another reason could be that the address is a subdivided property within a building that shares a single letterbox. So, a typical example is a multi story building with separate flats that don't have individual mailboxes. In this case, the building is listed on PAF, but each flat has a unique code called UMPRN that's found in the multiple residence database. So, unfortunately, even with the best systems, address data can still have issues. Many address and mapping services rely on automation to collect their data, which might miss changes like updates or demolitions. Royal Mail alone depends on thousands of postmen and residents to keep their database updated. So occasionally there might be few gaps or delays. On the front end, allowing users to manually enter their address can lead to incorrect data. Now, that being said, it still serves as a useful backup when the automation tools fail. Now, at Ideal Postcodes, we do provide UK premium data, including multiple residents and not yet built, and we cover over 240 countries worldwide. We get our data directly from local sources, so you have access to the most reliable information available. That's all for today's battle. We hope you found it useful. So whether you're Team Postcode Lookup or Team Address Finder, you can try both with our 1-month free trial that includes 200 free lookups. And if you have any questions, our support team is always here to help. Thanks for watching. Bye now.